Welcome back to the shop. Armor Tool had a trade-in program, still has a trade-in program, where you can trade in your Craig jig for a $70 coupon to buy one of theirs. After watching a bunch of videos singing the praises of the Armor Tool pocket jig, and part of the shop overhaul is going to be upgrading tools, I had an older K5. I sent my K5 back and I got the Armor. And I have to say this is far superior to my K5. I really do like the engineering and the way this tool is designed. I'm building a base for it with fence to hold the wood and two little rotating magnets to hold it in place. But that's not what this video is about. This video is about lumber prices. And we all know lumber prices have gone crazy. And I've been watching some videos on YouTube by a couple of guys have really done deep dives into the marketplace. I've really done some good research, and they've provided the numbers. But that's not what inspired me to do this video. What inspired me to do this video, and to, if I can, kick up the views of their videos, is some of the comments I've seen on YouTube regarding this. I mean, from everybody's price gouging because to some wild conspiracy theories, which I'm not even going to go into. So I'm linking their videos. One is DIY with Dave, and the other one is Woodworking in the Garage. And they really go deep into this. Woodworking in the Garage has got two or three videos. Dave has 2 or 3 videos. I'm going to put the salient ones in the description down below. I'll give you a quick synopsis, though. It's a case of supply and demand, and also pricing at all levels. The price for the raw wood in the field is way down. The mills, local mills, mom and pops, are making wood for the local market, but they have to compete. Their margin's kind of very, very thin. The middleman's margin is very thin. They're not making a huge amount of money. The truck drivers that are hauling the stuff certainly aren't making a lot of money out of this. And the stores have a very thin margin, like Home Depot and Lowe's. They have a very thin margin on this wood. So who's making all the money? Well, when you look at DIY with Dave video that I link, he goes into how the market's operating. And it turns out that it's the large lumber producers like Weyerhaeuser and Georgia Pacific and others that are driving this market. Supply and demand. Now, this is what comes from living in a free market economy, or a semi-free market economy. Whatever the market will bear. That's how it works. If the market will bear a high price, they're going to charge a high price. An example of this is about 10 years ago or so. No one ever thought a 65 Mustang would sell for $500,000, but one sold for $500,000 at Barrett-Jackson, and it didn't have a whole lot of provenance. It just was a nice little numbers matching, fully restored car. But that's whatever the market will bear. So the supply chain is broken. The large mills are producing product, but with the housing market on fire right now, there's another factor in there. The housing market's on fire. They're charging what anybody's willing to pay, and they're making the money. The big producers are making all the money. This is unsustainable. We all know that this kind of pricing is unsustainable. It will come down eventually. But the big mills are the ones that are making the money. They're charging what we, the consumer, are willing to pay for this wood, which is needed for a lot of projects. Whether it's building a home, building a shed, or putting up a fence. Eventually, like I said, it's going to crash. It's a kind of a bubble. But what I'd like you to do is go look at their videos. They've got the numbers and the graphs and all that kind of stuff, and it really goes into detail. And having said that, that's the last thing I'm going to say on the subject. My shop overhaul is kind of on hold because of lumber prices. I'm not going to pay 4 to 5 times more for the materials I need to upgrade my shop. I can do tools like I bought this, and I upgraded the planer and the jointer with the the spiral cutter heads. But as far as doing the woodwork, no, that's going to be on hold. Oh, one final thing before we go. I've got 500 subscribers. Who'd have thunk it? 500. So, having said all that and said my piece, please watch the videos I've linked in the description. And when you can afford it, make good things out of wood.